Alright, so what's going on, Soul Child Black community? This is me, Sak'Chi, as you all know of. As I am off early. I get off, of course I got off at 6, but I'm off around 3 an hour. 3 something, right? Let me look at this. Okay, so it's about to be 3:33, which I had a sense that was gonna happen. 3:33. 3:33. And which is good because I'm getting off around that time frame. But I was not expected to be honest. But today was doing my little gig, or a little part-time, and I got encountered with this energy, man. And this energy has been so consistent. I don't know. It's been a consistent energy that's not even human. That's not even natural. It's a force. I can't even describe it in terms of words, but I can try to do my best to give you an example or some sort of clue. But I was in this little healthy atmosphere, right? And this energy just came, the spirit, let's use the word spirit. Energy can sound very general. I mean, sound broad. But specifically the spirit. And it's the spirit of, it comes from the outermost dark rim, I would say. It comes out of the outermost dark rim. And it's a spirit that's been constantly, consistently, steadily following, monitoring, tracking, and making sure its presence stay in this field. And that's what we really dealing with when we're dealing with this force field, man. And I got to put this on YouTube because I'm not here to bash, say, for example, I'm not here to bash Caucasians down, Caucasians down, but I do want y'all to address and to acknowledge that y'all carry a different type of genetic energy, man. Genetic spirit. And you may not, some of y'all may fully open up and say, yeah, that's actually true. Because I recognize it. I acknowledge it in myself. I know I'm different, respectfully, 100%, and so are we. But unto all indigenous natural color beings, but y'all acknowledge it. Simply acknowledge it. Because the more you acknowledge it, the healthier the exposure can be for these for all the many that's out there that's actually of your breed. So you have to acknowledge this true existence. And you may not like it because it's going to expose you. It's going to actually allow you to say, you know what, that is actually it. Simply, that is actually it. So I was basically at this little site place where I do my little gig at. And this thing specifically, now I'm not trying to get caught with a color contest, but I acknowledge that the more, colors are present of life. So I was basically doing my little gig, and the spirit just was in plain sight, in casual sight, specifically looking like as if it's a normal, it just appeared to be as if it's natural or normal or some sort of that, and that recognition, that acknowledgement. So I'm over there doing my thing, doing my little tasks and duties. And as it was at a specific position, and I just did say, excuse me, to communicate to this thing, and it didn't want to budge or move, I did my best to make sure I did not exactly hit it, contact it in some sort, come in contact with it. And not to say that's not realistic, but I know we live in a realm where we abide with them. So it said in response, you such an a-hole, I got an ass and they got a hole in it. So you such an asshole. And I had a moment, I paused on my reflection, I give thanks, and I meditate, and I reflect on meditate my response, and I say, my response, these are sensitive times we are living in, and this is not the best time to say such terms of words, a word that you have mentioned. Now, to the natural viewer, someone say, well, that was just their expression, respectfully say it is, and they're open to the timing of that. But this thing kept seeking to probe at me, wanting to basically get me out of my meditation state. of my existence, of me knowing myself. And I respond and say the same statement back to it. And then it goes further and say, have you been to jail before? Who do you work for? You know, questions you pause is obvious to say what a gig, that this thing saw the gig that I was actually doing, the company I was doing. But respectfully, it was just saying statements like that. And the day before, it was another one that came to my, a lady saying, again, part of the breed of Caucasian. And again, I'm not making these videos to hate you, saying that's hate. But she's like, I'm not trying to follow you. You pay attention to the signs, simply, the signs. Like, I saw a recording video at 333. I had it was a meat I picked up today that was 555. So there was no coincidences. These things happen for a reason. And I'm making this video live and very publicly because it confirms and it continues to confirm. And I'm not the first being to acknowledge this. Matter of fact, make a video about this. But I do want to inform you all to let you know. And again, unto the Caucasians, I understand that you are a genetic misbreed, as vice versa, we indigenous tribes are too. But you come from a existence that doesn't even have a basis of literally of an origin. So it's a challenge when you are in specific positions and knowing that you have breeded into these positions, knowing that you have basically kind of remade yourself or kind of copied yourself. It's just like, I'm going to give you an analogy. I'm going to give you a real life example. And it's a real life. It's just like the movie The Matrix. Mr. Anderson, Mr. Smith, was a copy of a program. So he copied himself, or that program copied itself, and it breeded so widely that it actually was seeking to breed Neo, the term the one. And that actually, you count on the letters, what do you have number 3 there? So 3, although you used the word 1. So it breeded, and they'll come out with Matrix 2021. That's when the next Matrix 4 is going to come out, according to the headline alignment of they're talking about this movie on the drop. So my dear friends and everybody, all those who are indigenous and color, naturally melanated color beings, we are really in a 2020 where this genetic, I'm using genetic as the natural DNA, but this specific thing that has been existing for prehistoric centuries. That thing goes way back to the original existence of life. It's something. And I know, again, sensitivity speaking, I know a lot of Caucasians are going to be like, some not even going to like this message. Some going to hate this message. Some going to call this a hate message. And some going to be actually acknowledging and say, this is true. Because there's nothing really in my genetics that give me a basis of literally originality. It doesn't give me no basis of it. So this is some serious stuff, man. And again, I know we can go with everybody as one, and I do my best as much to try to see a unity in whatever in the moment. But some things, to be upfront with you, may not necessarily have some sort of unity. It may have just a different existence, the different origin. And I'm being honest, man, we're living amongst things that are not even don't have an origin. It's created, respectfully say, it's created in its existence, but it doesn't have a origin. And that's challenging, especially when you're dealing with these things that are in positions where they can literally do what the hell they want to do, in a sense. They can actually say, for example, like, I'm taking off my shirt, y'all. That's why I'm doing all this. I'm taking off my shirt. So say, for example, if they want to, say if you're working, right? Just use some examples here. You're working, right? Say you're working. I'm going to take a break. I need to sit down, to be honest. Say you're working. Oh, freak. Oh, I don't even care. I got my shirt off right now. I'm just hot. My feet, been walking. Man, but simply say you're working. And these things, man, I don't even know I don't even have a word for them, man. Except for one word, spirit. But I'm being honest, man. I'm seeking how to deal with them, man, because they have infiltrated this dimension, and they have infiltrated so many occupations and so many positions, and a lot of this mentality that they have infiltrated. They have copied a consciousness, man. They have copied a consciousness that was once nice and healthy and pure and good, and now they have copied this consciousness for so long, man. And they want you to like form into that formation of that copy, man. It's some serious stuff, man. Some serious stuff, man. Some real stuff, man. I don't know what to do, man. To be honest, I really don't know what to do, how to deal with them, man. Cause they're appearing, man. They're tracking, man. They watching. They appearing. They're just forming, man. Shit. I don't know what the hell, man. But I can simply say they real, man. If you don't believe that, if you don't acknowledge, if you don't sense their presence, man, I don't know what to tell you. But you may be actually working amongst one of them. You may be abiding one. Like I'm abiding with one of them. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, I'm abiding with one of them, man. I know a couple, I know a lot of them. Real talk, I know a lot of them, man. Real life, man. I know a lot of them, man. I don't know how to really describe it, man. Some days I be like, I want to tell people, man, but they here, man. They here. And they've been here for a long time, man. They've been here for a long, long time. I just don't know the only path that can help you with acknowledging them and dealing with them, man, because we gotta deal with them. You can't avoid them. I try to avoid them many times. I try to find many ways every day to just continue to be present within myself first and healthiness, but also at the same time deal with them, man. They're a different breed, man. They're a different, literally, breed, man. They're not even human. They're not even, these things are not even the word human. They're not, man. They're like a whole different breed. Easily and obviously to say they can physically form through the womb. You know, they could come through the womb of a woman. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be 100 up with you. It don't matter what womb. It could be a black woman. It could be an Asian woman. It could be any kind of woman. As long as there's a womb there, there's a possibility chance that they can literally insert and go through that womb and literally be formed and come out as a baby, man. Why did she put me on break for? They say I'm on, your break has ended. So that's just what it is, man. I got basically sent home early, man, for my little whatever gig, because I had encountered one. And again, I told you this is 2 days, man. I encountered a lady who was talking about, she said, I'm not trying to follow you. In reality, she actually was, because she stood up for a little minute watching me, and she was trying, she got her little quick item, went out by her way, but she literally stood there. I watched her, man. From the corner of my eye, I watched her. They watching, man. You know what I'm saying? They out there, man. I'm trying to find a way. I'm praying for a way, man. I'm literally praying, man. Praying for a way to just get away from them, man. This shit real, like this real. They in the wombats and all, man. And like I say, man, if you know this is actually a testimony of you, if you know you're actually one of them, you need to start coming out, man. Start telling people, hey, tell the indigenous tribes, melanated beings, color beings, that, hey, y'all ain't tripping. We really out here like this. We really are, man. It don't matter what age. Don't think, oh, you know, they gotta be older. Nah, it don't matter what age. Age ain't nothing. Remember, this is all historic, genetic. This is all spiritual. And this is spirit manifesting first, and then transition to the physical property. But that's what it is, man. Yeah. I'm out.